Have you ever noticed that your parents worked their entire lives, did everything they were supposed to do, followed all the rules, and still ended up stressed about money? Yeah, me too. And for the longest time, I thought that was just how life worked. You go to school, get a decent job, work for 40 years, and hope you have enough to retire. That's the dream, right? Except here's what nobody tells you. That entire mindset, the one that's been drilled into us since we were kids, is specifically designed to keep you middle class at best and struggling at worst. I'm not talking about some conspiracy theory here. I'm talking about a very real set of beliefs about money that get passed down through generations, and they absolutely destroy your ability to build actual wealth. My name is Don, and I grew up in a solidly middle-class household where I learned all the right lessons about money. Work hard, save a little, don't take risks, buy a house, and everything will work out. And you know what? I followed that playbook exactly, and I was broke. Like, paycheck to paycheck, stressed about money constantly, broke. It wasn't until I started questioning every single thing I'd been taught about money that things actually started to change. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. If you want to see more content about breaking free from the financial conditioning that's keeping you stuck. Trust me, what I'm about to share is going to make you rethink everything you thought you knew about building wealth. All right, let's start with the first middle-class mindset that's keeping you poor. Trading time for money is the only real way to earn. So this is probably the deepest programming most of us have, and it's absolutely toxic to building wealth. The middle-class mindset says that the only legitimate way to earn money is by trading your time for it. You go to work, you spend 8 hours there, you get paid for those 8 hours. That's honest work. Anything else is either risky, sketchy, or something only lucky people can do. I remember the exact conversation where this clicked for me. I was telling my dad about wanting to start a side business, something I could build that might eventually generate income without me actively working. And he looked at me like I'd said I wanted to join a cult. He was like, "Why would you waste time on that when you have a perfectly good job? Just focus on your career and moving up." And here's the thing, he genuinely thought he was giving me good advice. Because in his worldview, the path to financial success was climbing the corporate ladder. Getting those annual raises, maybe reaching management level where you make $80,000 or $90,000 a year. That was the pinnacle of achievement. But let's do some math that nobody wants to talk about. If you're trading time for money, there's a hard ceiling on what you can earn. There are only 24 hours in a day, and you can't work all of them. Even if you're making $50 per hour, which is way above average, and you work 50 hours a week, that's $2,500 per week. Or about $130,000 per year if you never take a vacation and work yourself to death. Meanwhile, someone who builds systems, businesses, or investments that generate money without their constant time input, there's no ceiling. They can make money while they sleep, while they're on vacation, while they're spending time with their kids. Their income isn't tied to their hours. Now, I'm not saying you should quit your job tomorrow and start a business. That's not realistic for most people. But here's what you need to understand. If 100% of your income comes from trading time for money, you will never build significant wealth. You need to start thinking about how to create income streams that aren't directly tied to your hours worked. This could be starting a side business that you systematize over time. It could be investing in dividend-paying stocks. It could be creating some kind of digital product or content that generates passive income. Hell, it could even be learning skills that let you charge more per hour so you can work less and earn the same amount. The point is, you need to break the mental programming that says the only real money is hourly wages or salary. That belief system is what keeps people working until they're 65 and hoping their retirement savings is enough. The second middle-class trap, believing that looking successful is more important than being successful. Oh man, this one hits hard, because I was so guilty of this, it's embarrassing to admit. The middle-class mindset is obsessed with appearances. You need the nice car so your coworkers know you're doing well. You need the house in the good neighborhood so people respect you. You need the right clothes, the right watch, the right everything to signal that you've made it. And the wild part is, this isn't even conscious most of the time. It's so deeply ingrained that you don't even realize you're doing it. You just know that certain purchases feel necessary because of how they make you look to others. Let me tell you about the dumbest financial decision I ever made. And it was 100% driven by this mindset. I bought a car I couldn't afford. Not like a Ferrari or anything crazy, just a $32,000 sedan that was nicer than what I needed. My monthly payment was $480 plus insurance plus maintenance. I was spending probably $700 per month on this car. Why did I buy it? Because I was working at a company where everyone drove nice cars and I felt like showing up in my beat-up old Honda made me look unsuccessful. I literally convinced myself that having a nicer car would help my career because people would take me more seriously. How insane is that? You know what actually happened? I spent 3 years making those car payments, stressed about money, unable to save anything, and nobody at work cared about my car at all. Not even a little bit. Meanwhile, one of the VPs at the company drove a 10-year-old Toyota. Like, here I was trying to look successful while actually sabotaging my finances, and the people who were actually successful didn't care about that stuff at all. This is the trap of middle-class thinking. You spend money, you don't have to impress people you don't even like, while actually successful people are quietly building wealth by not giving a damn what anyone thinks about their car or their clothes or their house. Here's what changed my perspective completely. I started asking myself before every purchase, am I buying this because I want it and it adds value to my life? Or am I buying it because of how it makes me look? And it was shocking how many purchases were purely about appearances. The expensive gym membership at the trendy gym instead of the cheap one. Appearances. The brand name clothes when cheaper alternatives were identical. Appearances. The fancy dinners at restaurants I couldn't afford. Appearances. I was hemorrhaging money trying to look like I had money, which kept me from actually having money. Wealthy people understand something that middle-class people don't. Your car, your clothes, your house, they're not investments in your image. They're expenses. And every dollar you spend on appearances is a dollar you're not investing in actual wealth building. The third mindset that's keeping you trapped. Thinking education equals income. All right, this one's controversial, but it needs to be said. The middle-class gospel is that education is the path to financial success. Get good grades, go to college, maybe get a graduate degree, and you'll have a high-paying career. And okay, education has value. I'm not saying it doesn't. But the belief that more education automatically means more money? That's a trap that leaves people with massive student debt and disappointment. And I have friends with master's degrees working jobs that pay $50,000 a year while sitting on $80,000 in student debt. I also know people who never went to college making six figures because they learned a trade or started a business. The education system sold us this idea that the degree is what matters, not the actual skills or value you can provide. Here's the thing that nobody wants to admit. The correlation between education and income exists, but it's way weaker than we've been taught. And more importantly, the causation runs both ways. Yes, some educated people make more money, but also, people who come from families with more money can afford better education, which creates a cycle that has less to do with the education itself and more to do with existing wealth and connections. Think about it. The richest person in the world, or at least one of them, dropped out of college. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out. Steve Jobs dropped out. And I'm not saying you should drop out of college. I'm saying that the middle-class reverence for formal education as the primary path to wealth is fundamentally broken. What actually creates income is providing value that people will pay for. Sometimes a degree helps you do that. Often it doesn't. But we've been so conditioned to believe that education equals success that people will spend six figures on a degree that leads to a $40,000 per year job and somehow convince themselves that was a good investment. I spent 2 years of my life and $30,000 on a graduate degree because I believed it would increase my earning potential. You know what increased my earning potential? Learning digital marketing skills on YouTube for free and then freelancing. The degree sits on my wall and does absolutely nothing. Here's what I wish someone had told me earlier. Invest in skills, not credentials. Learn things that create tangible value you can sell. And be very, very skeptical of any educational program that costs tens of thousands of dollars but can't show you clear evidence of income increases for graduates. The fourth middle class belief that's toxic: debt is normal and necessary. This might be the most destructive middle class mindset of all, and it's everywhere. The middle class accepts debt as a normal part of life. Student loans, car loans, credit card balances, a mortgage that's way too big, all of it is just considered standard adulting. You even get praised for it. Oh, you bought a house? Congratulations on that mortgage. But here's what this mindset does to you. It normalizes being in a hole and then spending your entire life trying to climb out of it. And the crazy part is, the debt is often for things that either lose value immediately or don't generate any return on investment. Let me break down the middle class debt trap. You go to college and take out $50,000 in student loans. Then you get a job and immediately buy a new car for $30,000 because you deserve it after working hard in school. Then you feel pressure to buy a house even though you have no savings, so you get a mortgage with a tiny down payment and end up paying PMI. Now you're 6 figures in debt before you're even 30 years old. And everyone tells you, this is fine. This is normal. This is just what you do. But what it actually means is that you're going to spend the next 20 to 30 years sending huge chunks of your income to banks instead of building wealth. Those student loan payments, that's money that could be invested. That car payment, money that could be building your business. That oversized mortgage payment, money that could be creating passive income streams. I used to think debt was just a tool, and yeah, technically it can be. But the middle class uses debt as a crutch to live beyond their means while pretending they're building wealth. I'm building equity in my house. Okay, but you're also paying $200,000 in interest over 30 years on your $300,000 mortgage. So let's not pretend you're a financial genius here. The wealthy think about debt completely differently. They use it strategically to acquire assets that generate income. They're not financing depreciating cars or consumer goods. They're using leverage to buy rental properties or business equipment or things that make them money. Here's the mindset shift you need to make. Debt should make you uncomfortable. If you're comfortable with debt, you've been too normalized to it. Every dollar you owe is a claim on your future income, and it's limiting your freedom right now. The goal should be to get out of consumer debt as fast as possible and only use debt strategically for things that generate returns. And the fifth and final middle-class mindset that keeps you poor: believing that security comes from a job, not from skills and assets. This is the big one, the mindset that might be the most dangerous of all. The middle class prioritizes job security above everything else. You find a good job with benefits and a steady paycheck, and you hold on to it for dear life. You don't rock the boat, you don't take risks, you definitely don't quit to pursue other opportunities unless you have another job lined up first. And on the surface, this seems smart and responsible. But here's what it actually does. It makes you completely dependent on someone else for your financial survival. Your security is entirely in someone else's hands. They can downsize, restructure, or just decide they don't need you anymore, and suddenly your whole financial life is in chaos. I lived this firsthand. I had a secure job with good benefits, steady paycheck, the whole deal. I'd been there for 4 years. And then the company went through restructuring, and my entire department was eliminated. Just gone. And suddenly I realized that all that security was an illusion. I'd spent 4 years thinking I was building a stable life, but really I'd just been dependent on someone else's decision-making. You know what's actually secure? Having skills that multiple people will pay for. Having multiple income streams, so losing one doesn't destroy you. Having assets that generate income regardless of whether you have a job. That's real security. But the middle-class mindset teaches you to fear the exact things that would actually make you secure. Starting a side business? Too risky. Learning high-income skills? Too much effort. Building investment income? Too complicated. Better to just stick with the job and hope nothing bad happens. This is why you see people stay in jobs they hate for decades. They're trapped by the need for that steady paycheck and those benefits. They can't leave even when better opportunities exist because their entire financial life is built on that single income stream. That's not security. That's vulnerability disguised as stability. Here's what I started doing that changed everything. I treated my job as a temporary funding source for building actual security. Instead of seeing my salary as my income, I saw it as investment capital. I used it to build skills, create side income streams, and invest in assets. My goal was to make my job optional as quickly as possible. And the beautiful irony? Once I stopped being desperate for my job, I actually became more valuable at my job. I negotiated better. I took on more interesting projects. I wasn't afraid to push back when needed, because I knew that job wasn't my only option. The middle-class mindset teaches you to make yourself dependent and call it security. But real security comes from being valuable, being diversified, and being able to generate income with or without a traditional job. Look, here's what I want you to understand. I'm not trashing middle-class people. Most of us grew up middle-class, and the people who taught us these things genuinely believed they were helping us. They were passing down the best advice they had based on what worked in their generation. But the world has changed. The social contract of work hard at one job for 40 years and retire comfortably? That's dead. The idea that education and a good job equals financial security? That's dead too. The belief that looking successful is the same as being successful? That's always been a lie, but we're finally admitting it. Nah, if you want to actually build wealth, you need to question every single middle-class money belief you've inherited. Why do you think what you think about money? Where did those beliefs come from? Are they actually helping you, or are they keeping you stuck? The middle-class mindset isn't evil. It's just outdated. It was designed for a world that doesn't exist anymore. And if you keep following that playbook, you're going to end up like most middle-class people, working until you're 70, stressed about money, wondering why you did everything right but still feel broke. You don't have to live like that. But changing your financial trajectory requires changing your mindset first. Stop trading all your time for money. Stop spending money to look successful instead of being successful. Stop treating education as a magic ticket to wealth. Stop normalizing debt. And stop depending on a job for security. Start thinking like someone who's actually wealthy instead of someone who's trying to look wealthy. That's the shift that changes everything. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Drop a comment and tell me which of these middle-class beliefs you're struggling with most, because I guarantee you're not alone. And if you're someone who's already made this mindset shift, share what helped you break free from the programming. Thanks for watching, and remember, just because everyone around you thinks a certain way about money doesn't mean they're right. Question everything. Build real wealth, not the appearance of wealth. I'll see you in the next one.